and I know you do that so well, we get to stay uplifted so people can rise up. People have something to rise up to. So I've taken on that no matter what happens, I will do everything I can to always go into God is good all the time and everything is whole and complete at all times, and let that lift me up.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Shout out to, real quick, to Tracy, Anissa, and Larry. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to make comments, and we'll be sure to. I'll look later and see if we have time to answer questions. But something I want to comment on that, and I love what you just said about always looking for the possibility. And I do want to make a distinction. I know that you do your work. You're not saying to just bypass, like,
Right.
you're not saying to suppress the negativity. You're not saying to be in denial that anything's going on. You're acknowledging that bad things happen or that difficult and traumatic things happen. You're addressing, it's so important to address the traumas that come up and not suppress them and keep them inside, but to let them go, excavate them, release them, and then look at the possibility rather than, the negativity that's going on, and focus on that, because we always have the option of what we focus on and what we put our attention on. And that's what creates our future. Where you're putting your energy today is what your tomorrow in your future is going to look like. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the doom and gloom and negativity and horrors of the world? Well, guess what? Then tomorrow, that's what you're going to see more of.
Yes.
But if you're focused on that possibility, you're going to get more possibility. And it's not always immediate or overnight, but it always works.
Yes, it absolutely does, 100% of the time. And it's law of polarity, right? That one cannot exist without the other. And I love universal laws because they're just they're so instructional. When we don't know where to go, I go to the laws of the universe, and I know that I can find my answer. And law of polarity, one cannot exist without the other. So when there is chaos, right, that we are in right now, I know that it comes with possibility and creation at the same time, right? It does. There is an order in a universe that we don't understand, and we don't have to. But in the chaos, something is forming, and we get to look at that. And it is a choice all the time, right? Yeah. But and thank you for bringing it up, because I absolutely don't mean that we bypass. I absolutely don't mean that we ignore the feelings, that we don't let ourselves feel. Empaths, we are all empaths. I know that everybody who's watching is an empath, not even a question. So we're going to feel whatever is happening in a space, and sometimes you may not even understand what is this connected to, and it could be something that's happening thousands of miles away, of course. And we let ourselves feel whatever it is without even having to maybe explain, just feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh no, that's okay. And then shift, because the opposite already exists. Law of polarity, one cannot exist without the other. So the other is already in existence. We get to just say, okay, I spend enough time in this one to really let myself feel. But again, will I let it drag me down, or will I be a creator right now? And will I ascend my frequency to this other place where then I can invite people? People have then, this is the place that I really love, and I'm really like being present to this. If we allow ourselves to ascend our frequency, right, and have the feelings that are the higher vibrations, we're giving other people opportunity of something to step into. They may not even understand what's going on, but they'll be around us and they'll say, I feel better. And they may not subscribe to our beliefs. They may not subscribe to dimensions. They may not be there yet, but they sense there is something, and they have something now to rise up to instead of being dragged down by everything else that's going on.
Indeed. Yes.
Right?
And frequency is contagious.
Yes.
Frequency is contagious. I don't know how much I believe in everything else being contagious, but I know for sure that frequency is contagious. And so either you are getting enrolled in someone else's frequency, whatever that is, if it's on the television and it's the news and it's doom and gloom, you're getting enrolled in that. Maybe, I
Yes.
tend to, I don't watch it. I shut it off.
Yeah.
But if you're around positive people, if you're around
Mhm.
upbeat people who are looking for the possibility, you can get enrolled in that. Or you can be the person standing so strong in your possibility that you're enrolling the people around you in it. And we all know people come to us with their stories. I mean, you and I are both coaches. So
Yes.
we get
Mhm.
this, people have these stories and they're like, oh, what
Yes.
do I do? All these horrible things are happening. And, I'm like, well, what are you focusing on? And what are you getting enrolled in?
Yeah.
Pull yourself out of that. And sometimes it helps to have someone else's perspective, like a
Mhm.
coach. And I personally always have a coach because
Yes.
it
Same here.
helps me, helps me as well stay on track.
Yeah.
I think all good coaches have coaches. I
It's a
mean,
must. I
yeah,
don't think I'll ever hire a coach. Yeah, I won't ever hire a coach without a coach.
right. Yeah, don't hire a coach without a coach. Your coach needs to get coached.
Yes.
So true. I mean,
They
we
do.
all need that. If you believe so much in coaching that you're a coach, then of
Yeah.
course you're going to have your own coach, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah,
100%.
that support, that person where you can go to, and it doesn't mean you don't, like the coach is the person you can tell, like, okay, I'm feeling all
Mhm.
these things and I know I need to release them. I know I need to like get beyond them so I
Yeah.
can be a bigger container for my frequency, for myself, for who I'm here to be in the world. And then we get to get enrolled in that
Mhm.
when we have someone standing for us, because
Yeah.
everybody gets, I'm not saying there's anything negative about getting brought down. It happens.
Yep.
Bad things happen all the time. Difficult things happen. Traumatic things happen. And not to ignore those. And it doesn't mean you're not going to feel it. Absolutely feel it. But let yourself feel it. And that feeling is the secret, like let yourself release it and then find a better feeling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost what's coming in is it's like a gift we get to give ourselves.
Yeah.
The word gift is coming in, like we get to gift ourselves the option and say, I could stay where I am, right? If I'm being pulled by something, or I could choose the other thing. What if I gift myself the other feeling? And it's because you're a coach and you work in this space, you probably see it all the time. We are so connected to that suffering, right? And this like human condition, it is part of a human condition, the suffering. And we so connected, we feel like if we give it up, then what are we without it? Who are we without it? And I know I speak to people, I know that was the case for me too. And I'm sure there are still places in my life where I hold on to it. But the more we can say, wow, there is this other part of me that I really want to be in the world, not just show up a certain way, but really be that, like really come from this positive place and be the oddball in a crowd if need be, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I,
Definitely be the oddball.
I love it. I just heard somebody say the other day, somebody who was raised in an Italian culture, and I absolutely don't mean anything by it other than there, and many cultures have that. When somebody dies, there is this communion of the more drama people just give into, the more dramatic you are, the more you cared. And if you're not dramatic about their passing, you didn't care. And I think that applies to so many things. Like if we don't comment on somebody's misery and step into their shoes and and I'm talking about social media now because I'm thinking of all the comments when somebody says, I cannot believe this is happening to me. And then 100 people will roll in and say, oh my God, this is terrible. And I watch this thread. I don't do it too often, but once in a while it does happen. I'll watch the thread, right? And before I get off, 30 seconds go by and I see 100, 110, 120 people rolling into the story. Now they are bonded by something, right? And as human beings, we love to be bonded together by something. We love to belong. For this moment, we belong to this group of people that are sucked into this tragedy. And for empaths, you make it yours. And then if for some reason you choose to step out into a higher vibration, there may be a sense of betraying people who are in suffering right now. What
Yeah.
kind of a human being am I? I'm supposed to be a light worker and I'm supposed to cry for the world. And I'm joking about it because it's what I'm observing. And we get to give ourselves a gift of rising up and being the oddball if need be
Yeah.
in a crowd, and then find the crowd that actually will get it, that we don't have to get sucked out by it. So yeah, that is just my stand these days.
Yeah, I get it. I really do. And I love that, you know, we get to have a community of people that do understand us. And
Yes.
that's what, you know, these summits are all about. That's what,
Yes.
you know, bringing all of these people together to share their viewpoint. You know, like I said, the other day we had a speaker meet and greet with just the
So
speakers.
great.
And I said, you know, what I really get from doing all of these calls is that we're all saying the same things in our own unique ways.
Yes. Mhm.
And that's truly a community of people who get that we are creating our reality, that what we're focusing on and what we're imagining into our world and imagining our world to be is what we're creating. Those are the lives we're creating for ourselves. We are all the creators, and we have the opportunity to do this work together. And it's so powerful to have community of like-minded people, which is why I'm so glad everybody's like, you know, tuning in and viewing. We have over 7,000 now registered for the summit.
Amazing.
Yeah, just a wonderful following. And it just shows there's so many people that are
Yes.
interested in this type of work and that want to. It's the alchemy of ascension. We are raising our frequencies. We are working on ascending our presence within these bodies. It's not about leaving the body. It's about ascending the presence within the body, and, you know, all the work that goes with it. We don't deny any of that. And there's so many wonderful people with ways to do that work, ways to get clues and how to open up more, how to release more, how to move more into our presence so that we can really truly be the expression, our divine expression of ourselves that we came here to be. And I know that's a big part of your work, Anna,
Yes.
is to help people find their purpose and then be successful in that purpose.
Yes. Yes. Yes, absolutely. And it's so necessary right now. I mean, of course, I love it because it's my work, but a lot of us do very similar work. Like you said, we really do the same thing. We are here to gather the people who are ready to ascend their consciousness, their frequency, and do it. And we all do it in our own way, right? And those people who resonate with what it is that we are sharing gravitate to that. The important thing is that people actually step into it and do something with it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, really step into it and do something with it, because this is, I mean, it's like, it's such a cliche to think this is the time, to say this is the time, but this is the time. Like, there is no other time anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The time is always now.
Yes, the time
Now is
is
the time.
always.
And now is all time, because we are multidimensional. And, you know, as we raise our frequencies, we have access to all of the other dimensions of reality that exist. And as we ascend our frequency, we get more access. It's like a door opens every time we ascend our awareness, ascend our consciousness, ascend our presence in this body. Another door opens and another door opens,
Yes.
you know, and another part of ourselves drops in because we've made way for it, because we've cleared out that old yucky trauma. And the more we release, it's kind of like clearing out the closet. You know, you go in your closet and you get rid of all the stuff you're not using, you don't need, and the old stuff that somebody gave you that you were hanging on to because it was a gift, but you're never going to wear it.
Yes.
You know, you get rid of
Yep.
all that stuff and you have all this space then. Well, what's going to come in? Something that fits you where you are now. The
Yep.
person becoming. And I'd much rather have the clothes for the person I'm becoming in my closet than the clothes for the person I used to be in my past, right?
Oh, yes.
Same is true with what we're doing here spiritually and frequency wise. As we raise our frequency, old stuff's going to bubble up. You know, it's going to bubble up to be cleared. And it's not about suppressing it, because that's what keeps the closet full of junk. It's
Yeah.
about letting it bubble up, noticing it, feeling it, letting it go, releasing it, doing the work it takes to let it go, address it, look it in the face, and then say, you know what, I think I'm done with this now. And thank you for serving me. Goodbye. And you release that. And next thing you know, you're getting a download from, you know, your Andromedan self or something.
Yes. And then on a physical plane, opportunities show up and people come
Yes.
into your life, right? So there is an
Yes.
instant physical experience and the right feedback from the physical plane, because that's where we are, right? So we get to have the experience of what does it look like? Because it's great. All, you know, it's great. Downloads are amazing. I love them. And it's so satisfying to also see immediate feedback in the kind of people we are surrounding ourselves, or what we are being called to and respond, and it fits right perfectly to the next evolution of who we are. Yeah, it's so beautifully said, Waishela. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, thank you. Well, I do want everyone to know if most people are here because they know about the summit, the Alchemy of Ascension Season 2, which is going on right
Mm-hmm.
now. It's day 3. Anna is our day
Great.
3 speaker. You get daily emails, and then you have 48 hours to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And Anna's offering this wonderful free gift, and there's also a very generous paid offer at a wonderful discount. So if you haven't yet, be sure and tune in to the daily email or register, and you can find it that way. And make sure that you take advantage of all of these wonderful free gifts. I mean, there are thousands and thousands of dollars worth of free
Yes.
gifts. So if somebody's like just kind of exploring and like, I wonder what this is like, I wonder what this is like, there are 30 people offering free gifts that you can just check out, try on, like try it on.
Yes.
You're in the store, and see if it fits, see if you like the way it feels, and if you do, then you can explore further. But
So good.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Do
Yeah.
you want to say anything about what you're offering right before you go? I know you have to go
Sure.
very soon, but
Yeah, that's that's quite okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, so there is a 1 hour masterclass about how to activate your sacred success by aligning with your soul purpose and birthing your soul work, even if you don't know what your purpose is. And it's just an amazing 5-step formula that I have worked in my life, going from a very tangible life into trying to, and then finally finding a way to click in, then end scene and a scene together to create a success in a way that works for me, and birthing my soul's work, which I constantly still do because it's ever evolving process. And the paid offer is something that it's so dear to me. It is the Sacred Success Activation. It's a 7-day journey based on activating laws of universe, the original laws of universe, all the way from Hermes, which also known as King Thoth. And it's colorated. I was given it this way. I've never seen it done this way. I was given it this way. So this is how I'm presenting it to the world. Correlating each law with a specific chakra that I was told it works with. So we can actually anchor it in a physical body versus just a theory that we keep reading and over again. We get to anchor it in the body. So it's 50% discount. It's literally not, and I don't even want to say discount. It's a 50% gift.
yeah.
It's not offered anywhere yet. It's going to go on my website by the end of this series at $297. But right now, the only people who are getting it is you guys, and it's at $147. So use it, enjoy it, activate your sacred success, because we really need people to, and whether it's me or anybody else, do the work. Tune in, listen, and do the work. It is so important right now. So, Washella, thank you for creating the space for all of us to come together. It is tremendous, and you attracting all these people to it. It's such a testament to the timing and to the space that you hold too. It's really beautiful.
Thank you so much, Anna. It's so nice to have you on. Thank you for your generosity with the viewers. I appreciate everything that you're offering. Everyone, make sure you go watch the interview, grab the free gifts. If the paid offer resonates with you, grab it because it's valuable. And with that, I know you have to go, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Mwah. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
And
Bye,
everybody
everyone.
watching, bye-bye. Thank you. Tune in again every day at noon during the summit, and I'll put the link after we close. I'll put the link in this video. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.